Hello. Once again, it's on. So, um, the whole premise of Neville Goddard talking about imagination creates reality. I think that's to keep saying that, I think is very unproductive. Especially when you want to hurry and get things done. Imagination creating a reality, I think, is very slow. Very, very slow, especially in your world. I notice, he says imagination creates reality. He don't say imagination creates your reality, which I'm figuring he means imagination creates your reality. Even if it don't create your reality, even if it does or don't, it don't matter still. Maybe it does both. Still, that's a very, very slow process. That we don't know how long that could take. Imagining something. Come on, man. Let's be honest. And I noticed, and I've listened to all of his lectures, like 27 lectures on Neville. So, to backtrack off my previous video on Neville Goddard, I give evidence and proof of what I concluded about Neville was right. The term "keep it simple, stupid" evades him and his teachings. No disrespect to Neville, but I think he was using, or maybe even relying on, his lectures as a source of income. So he needed to prolong them, kind of complicate them, so you would keep coming back for more. Sort of like giving you just enough so you'll come back to the next lecture and the next. You know what I'm saying? Not giving you the whole full course meal, but just spoon feeding you just enough to keep you hungry and to keep you coming back. As I stated in my previous video, Neville hardly, if ever, mentions anything about confidence or taking action, which is giving it to you straight. And I guess some of you may say, well, he tells you you're a god. Isn't that confidence enough? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Telling you you're a god and you believe in that is two different things. That's a big pill to swallow, telling somebody they God. Especially in the 60s during that time. That's a big pill to swallow, and he knew that. So, I've listened to, like I said, I've listened to 27 of his lectures. I've listened to a lot of his lectures. I hardly ever hear him state anything about confidence. Yet he reminds me of a taxi driver that takes you all around the block to your destination, taking advantage of your ignorance or knowledge, to know that he could have just went a mile straight down the road and made a left turn. The cab driver did as promised, took you to your destination, but he took advantage of you as well, getting the most out of your pocketbook and taking advantage of your ignorance. Which I think applies to Neville. I really do. I've been studying this guy for about a year now. And like I said, you kind of get lost in the message. You kind of get lost in this whole imagination thing. It's way more than just imagination. Imagination is a part of it, but it's way more than that. Which he seems to leave out. He gives an example about Jimmy taking 3 years of coming to his lectures. He gives an example about Jimmy. Jimmy took 3 years of coming to his lectures to finally become successful. Well, Jimmy in the beginning had a confidence issue, and that was plain to see when he first spoke to Neville. He said him being a black man was holding him back from success. I remember Reverend Ike said, "Your faith in God won't work if you don't believe in yourself." Your faith in God won't work if you don't believe in yourself. Powerful. You know, so all of this, believe you already have it, see yourself in the end, it's hard to swallow. It's confusing. Telling somebody, believe, hey man, you want a Rolex, believe you already got that Rolex. Think from the end of you wearing that Rolex. Feel that Rolex in on your wrist. Telling somebody that's broke, you know, it's kind of a hard pill for them to swallow, man. They ain't got no money. They broke. You know, but you telling them, believe you already have the Rolex, man. Feel it on your wrist. You know, believe it for 7 days and just let it go. And it'll come into your world. People don't believe that bullshit, man. People not believing that shit. Now tell that to somebody that already got the money to buy the Rolex. It's a different story. You know what I'm saying? He believes it because he got the means to go get it. But telling somebody that don't have no money, is poor, it's going to be difficult for them to believe that. You telling them to see it to the end. You know what I'm saying? Because it's confusing, conflictive, and unproductive mumbo jumbo without giving you the essential advice of have confidence and take action on what you want in life. Not worrying about seeing it to the end. Seeing something to the end, believing you already have it, that alone will keep you stagnated if you're not motivated to take any action. You know, some people think they can just stay in their house all day and wish things to happen upon them. You know what I'm saying? Think their way to riches. Just meditate all day. That's not how life works. God didn't put us here to sit still and wait for things to come to us. God didn't give you a body for you not to use it. If that's the case, we would have just stayed in the spirit world. Your purpose here on earth is all about taking action, period. Not to just sit around and think from the end. Come on, man. So when he tells you to stay in that state, all he's telling you is to have confidence, have faith that it will happen. Take action. And I give you an example of that. I was going to one of my older videos, and I came across this text that I put up, this quote that I put up from lecture. From Neville, this quote that he said. What's going on? And the quote is, "We can think about something forever and never see it." That's imagination, thinking, right? That's imagination, thinking. We can think about something forever and never see it in our world. Think about that. In our world. We can think about something forever and never see it in our world. Maybe when you think about something, it got created in another world, but not your world. I've had an example of that. I've seen some things that I think about didn't happen in my world, but it happened in somebody else's world. So that's what he teaches us to. That's what he tells us. Imagination creates our reality. So now he's kind of contradicting himself by saying we can think about something forever and never see it in our world. Kind of contradictory to what he teaches, but yet this is his quote. But once let us feel its reality, and we are bound to encounter it. Now, Abraham Hicks speaks a lot on you have to feel. You have to feel it. You have to feel you already read. You have to feel your you know what I'm saying? The feeling is the prayer. You have to feel it. Not so much about thinking. Neville concentrates more about imagination and seeing it to the end. And every now and then he talks about feeling it. But right here in this quote he says, but once let us feel its reality, and we are bound to encounter it. The more intensely we feel, the sooner we will encounter it. All of this, but once let us. All of this long phrase word is just another. It's like being in a taxi going around the block instead of shooting it to you straight, instead of driving down that road and making that left turn. All of this is around the block talk. All of this is taking you around the block talk. That's what I'm trying to say. We can think about something forever and never see it in our world. But once let us feel its reality, and we are bound to encounter it. The more intensely we feel, the sooner we will encounter it. That's around the block talk. That's the taxi cab taking you around the block talk. So let's look up the definition of confidence. Confidence. The feeling or, there you go. The feeling or belief. Faith, belief, confidence, as I was telling you in my previous video. The feeling, having the faith that one can rely on someone or something. Trust. The feeling or belief. So all of this around the block talk is just telling you to have confidence, man. We can it's more than just like I told you before, it's more than just imagining, which he states right here. We can think about something all day, but if you ain't got the confidence, it ain't gonna happen. Pretty much what he's saying right there. You can imagine something all day long. You can imagine getting that brand new car. You can imagine getting that girl, or anything, or anything like that. But if you don't have the confidence, if you don't believe in yourself, you don't have the faith, it's very unlikely that you will have it. So even when the Bible tells you, believe it, and you shall have. If whatever you ask for in prayer, believe you already have it, and it shall be yours. Basically, it's the same thing. Have confidence. Believe you already have it, and it shall be yours. Have the confidence that you can get it, and you will have it. Whatever you ask for in prayer, have the confidence that you can get it, and you will have it. Have confidence. Believe in yourself. Have faith in yourself. So let's cut all the taking me around the block talk and just keep it straight with me. Confidence, man, big. A lot of us don't have it. A lot of those people in those Neville Goddard lectures don't have confidence. That's why they're there. They're trying to gain some type of magic way of thinking, trying to gain anything to evade confident talk. You know, the biggest issue in that audience was a lack of confidence in all of them, a lack of faith, a lack of confidence. And Neville was taking them around the block. He was taking them around the block, man. He was that taxi cab driver taking his audience around the block. And Neville always says too, I notice Neville says this: stay in that state. Stay in that state of, if you want to be wealthy, stay in that state of wealth. Well, right here, the confidence, the meaning of confidence also, confidence is a state. Confidence is a state. So when Neville tells you to stay in that state, he tells you to stay. Long story short, stay confident. Stay in a state of confidence. You know, instead of telling you stay in the state of wealth. What the fuck does that mean? Stay in that state of wealth. Whatever you want, just stay in that state. You want a car? Stay in that state that you have the car. Stay in that state that you have a house. What the fuck does that mean? Does that mean, man? Stay in that state. How can I stay in the state of I got a house? No. Wrong advice. Confidence is the state that you should stay in. To have anything, you only need to stay in a state of confidence. To have that dream girl, you only need to stay in a state of confidence. You got to be confident you can get that dream girl. You got to be confident enough to talk to that girl, walk up to her, give her eye contact, and talk to her. You have to be confident. Neville Goddard had to be confident to get up and talk to those people, to have lectures, to get out of bed. It took confidence. It didn't took us stay in that state of getting out of my bed, or stay in that state of I'm gonna be a lecturer. No. He was confident he can talk to thousands or hundreds of people in the audience. That's what got him out of bed, his confidence. That's what got him the way in life. That's what got him through life. Confidence. You can't do nothing without confidence. You can't get up and drive. I know somebody who can't drive because they don't have the confidence. They tried it. It didn't work out. They have their fears about driving. They don't have the confidence. So if you don't have the confidence, you can't do it. In order to do anything in life, you need confidence. Confidence is a state of being clear-headed, either that a hypothesis or a prediction is correct, or that a chosen course of action is the best or most effective. Confidence comes from a Latin word, fidere, which means to trust. Therefore, having self-confidence is having trust in oneself. Trust. Key word, key phrase. Trust. Faith. Belief. Confidence. You can do it. This is straight talk. Not taking you around the block talk. Straight talk. So that's it for me, man. Not saying Neville Goddard, not saying his teachings don't help. But like I said, it takes you to your destination, but it takes you around the block to your destination. It takes you the longer way to your destination, when he could have just gave it to you straight. You probably would have got to your destination sooner if he would have gave it to you straight. Instead of you taking a way around, instead of taking you all the way around the block. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, I gave the example. You give me 10 people with confidence. and give me 10 people that you give me 10 people with confidence. And what else I said? Well, just give me 10 people with confidence, and you line up 10 people with confidence, and you line up 10 people that are studying, see it to the end, what Neville Goddard teaches. Believe in your imagine it. Imagination creates reality. And seeing that you already have it. Give me people that think like that, and give me 10 people with confidence. Guarantee those people with confidence will achieve their goals sooner than those people that's trying to imagine the way to their goal. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna take the people that's trying to imagine. They still trying to figure out. They still trying to figure it out what they need to do. You got somebody with confidence. He already know what to do. Bow. He shooting straight. He knows exactly where to go. See what I'm saying? The person that's imagining creates reality. They going all the way around the block, getting lost, trying to figure out the next step. You know, it just takes forever. They don't have confidence. They're kind of doubting. You know, they're having trouble. So, come on, man, keep it real. That's it for me. Peace.